YouTube? Danny Staten here on the Danny Dan blog. I'm back with another comic book review. Today I'm diving deep into a romantic classic. Today I'm taking on Beauty and the Beast. You know, I love the old Disney story, Beauty and the Beast. I remember seeing it as a youngster, you know, the Disney cartoon with the lion and the singing spoon. And I remember watching it in the theater, and I remember throwing up really bad because it was so horrible. Uh, and I remember the TV series better. You know, the one that come out. I guess it was in the '90s with the lady from Terminator in it. What, does anybody remember that?
This is where the wealthy and the powerful rule. It is her world, a world apart from mine. Her name is Catherine. From the moment I saw her, she captured my heart. With her beauty, her warmth, and her courage. I knew then, as I know now, she would change my life forever.
He comes from a secret place, far below the city streets, hiding his face from strangers, safe from hate and harm. He brought me there to save my life. And now, wherever I go, he is with me in spirit. For we have a bond stronger than friendship or love. And although we cannot be together, we will never, ever be apart.
Okay, come on, guys, don't judge me. I'm a romantic at heart. I love a good love story like Beauty and the Beast, especially a twisted love story that's got a girl falling in love with a monster. How can you go wrong? So when I saw a 4 comic book set from 1984 of Beauty and the Beast, I quickly picked it up with Beauty and the Beast TV show in mind. Lionel, Vincent, you know, the cool stuff. I should have paid a closer attention to the cover. Cause that beast don't look like Lionel. He don't look like Vincent. He don't look like the beast I'm familiar with. He looks like the beast from the X-Men. A little bit, don't you think so? So if you follow my channel, you know I make it a point never, ever, hardly ever to do anything involving superhero comics because they're too good. And I like to crack on them, and I like to make fun of them a little bit. And I try to pick out comic books a little bit on the bad side. So I tried to avoid comic books, and I've always avoided X-Men because I thought it was the golden standard of comic books. So literally, not only will this be one of the first 4 or 5 superhero comic books I've ever took a look at, it'll be the only X-Men I've ever took a look at, I think. Yeah. So this is going to be special. So I present to you Beauty and the Beast. Number 1 from 1984, featuring Beast, an X-Men story. I already want to cry as we begin this dismal freaking nightmare. And inside the front cover, Atari still existed in 1984, so we get commercials for some of the stupidest video games ever made on Atari with a little bitty joystick. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, I opened the page expecting Beauty and the Beast, not paying too much attention, and I knew I was in trouble when the first thing I saw was Dr. Doom. What? Dr. Doom? Lurking and creeping in some dark castle somewhere. I already wanted to just barf all over myself because it was Dr. Doom. So in full disappointing panels brought to you by the Daily Dan blog, Dr. Doom frets in his castle. Dr. Doom makes plans to capture Beast. Dr. Doom wants Beast's regenerative powers to add to his own distinctive abilities. Oh my God. Meanwhile, Beast is on the move. Beast is off to Hollywood. Beast wants to be a star. What? So he's bouncing around, jumping around. Beast is jumping over the Hollywood sign on his way to the Walk of Fame. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's heard about a mutant show in California. Well, I guess that's where all the mutants hang out in California. Ah! So every piece of crap comic book, no matter how bad it is, has its good point. And I guess we're about to reach the only good point of this comic book. That's right, Beast is on the Walk of Fame near the Chinese Gremlin Theater out there in California. And of course, he runs into Marilyn Monroe, a lifetime fantasy to be on the same street with Marilyn Monroe. Which makes me wonder about the continuity of time. Or maybe they just look alikes, I don't know. But also on this Walk of Fame, we see Indiana Jones and Vincent Price. So it makes me wonder what time zone Beast is rolling through Hollywood in as he checks out all the cool autographs and signatures on the Walk of Fame at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood, California. Oh, gee, man, really? I was starting to sound like a commercial for the California Board of Tourism. Oh, my God, check this out. I bet Brain Banner's Banner will love this. Here's one of them really cool puzzles. I've been finding a lot of puzzles in comic books lately. I wonder why that is. In this really cool Oreo commercial, you can see how many cookies you can find. If you want to pause it and see how many cookies you can find, do that here. After a dismal 1,000-mile journey across the U.S. through the hills of Hollywood, Beast finally arrives at the theater where Dazzler, the girl of his dreams, is performing, only to see a boycott mutant sign and posters ripped down. What has happened to his goddess Dazzler? As we flash to her doing her show in a club, mesmerizing everybody's with her dazzling lights and special effects. Beast wanders the street in disarray. What has happened to his love? And we get a commercial for Pryor's Place. Does anybody remember Pryor's Place? A TV show that lasted 3 minutes back in the 80s. It premiered and then it was gone because it sucked. Well, it's the 80s. We're in Hollywood. There's a big party going on with a boorish mutant freak and hot chicks. It must be the Weinstein house. That's right. Miramax is in full production as the girls done showed up. A party's going on over at Weinstein's palace. Hey, Weinstein's checking out the girls. The mutants are all there. Hey, even Dazzler's there. I think she's about to put on a show. You know it's a party, woo! When the Nature Boy Ric Flair shows up. Ric Flair talking a little crap to Dazzler. Ric Flair smoking on big cigars, trying to get her to ride Space Mountain, but she ain't having it. But at least Dazzler rops off and throws Ric Flair an autograph picture for his trouble and his time. There you go, Caucasian Sasquatch. I threw that one in just for you, brother. And now the party goes on. Dazzler's out on the town with the local Weinstein pimp. She jumps in the water, splashes out, showing out her hot bathing suit. She's in love with Weinstein. Oh, my God, he's making her the star of the century. You know, she's putting out for a little special attention right there as she goes to press clubs, conferences, pops off a show in public as she gets hired a bodyguard with a face only a mama could love. You ever get a feeling mutants are going to collide when Beauty's been hired a horse-faced mutant bodyguard as Beast finally gets a chance to talk to her? Of course, the bodyguard's gonna try to cock block. Well, I don't think Beast is gonna be having that. Beast and the bodyguard's about to rock and roll it up, but Ric Flair walks up and says, "Woo! To be the man, you gotta beat the man." And before he gets a chance to throw down the rest of his jip-jap lingo, Beast done slapped him into the wall and says, "Shut up, Rick! Nobody wants to hear it." Rick gets all upset and storms out the room to snort off some cocaine. Dazzler follows, a little upset, but Beast feels like a douche because he done upset the girl of his dreams. Ric Flair runs out and talks to Dr. Strange about putting a spell on her. What the hell? Thank God! Something different. We get commercials. We get commercials for Saturday morning. Saturday morning TV shows. Saturday morning TV shows allegedly from 1984. Hey, I remember the Mr. T cartoon. But does anybody remember Snorks? I don't remember Snorks. Pink Panther got around, didn't Pink Panther's got a whole damn house full of Pink Panther kids. I don't remember that. Going Bananas, a story of a man and his monkeys. Anybody remember that? I don't remember that neither. Hey, I remember Spider-Man, but that might not be the one I remember. Oh my God, what the heck's going on? I'm in a Mandela Effect comic book where Beauty and the Beast is a freaking X-Men story. I've heard of Smurfs, and I've heard of Alvin and the Chipmunks. So there you go. I've heard of some of this shit. One to grow on. I don't know what that is. And Cuckoo the Cocoa Bird wants me to eat some damn cereal when I get done with this. And then Alvin and the Chipmunks. Okay, I got it. Well, anyway, there's a commercial for shows. 50% of them, I've never heard of them. If you've heard of them, let me know in the comments below. I think it's time for a commercial. That commercial was so bad, it freaked Dazzler out. Dazzler goes crazy and uses her power to put everybody in a trance. And she walks through the house, making everybody fall asleep, and disappears into the night. Beast freaks out when he finds that Dazzler has disappeared, runs out to the hotel room, and begins his magnificent search for her across the city. Beast is looking for his beauty. So he goes straight to the source to ask the horse, of course. He goes to horse space, and a horrible WWE style fight ensues as they bounce each other off the walls through the halls and tear each other from limb to limb. Excitement like that breeds commercials as we get Secret Wars. Well, Dr. Doom got to make an appearance and promote his new crap because he made a special appearance in this comic book. This was his fee. Meanwhile, in a different part of town, Dazzler's dazzling, making people pass out, making people sleep, walking down the street. And the fight goes on as Beast and Horseface go one-on-one with each other, just like a WWE main event right there. I'll look for somebody to bust out a chair and hit the other sucker over the head in a minute. And then we get another really cool commercial for the special offers for the stuff you could have got in the back of a comic book in 1984. And it's that classic ad for free catalogs, free comic book editions. You buy one, get one free. Switchblade combs, plastic brass knuckles, horny powder, and my favorite of them all, semi-precious gems. That's right, we could have had gems. I never ordered them. Dazzler can't control her powers. Dr. Strange watches from afar. As Dazzler rolls down the street, everyone coming in contact with her passes out. She must be rescued from this. She slowly begins to snap out of it a little bit. As Beast beats Horseface into a bloody Horseface pulp, Dazzler falls to the ground. A crowd gathers round and apparently puts her on a horse-drawn wagon. This crowd must have been sent by Dr. Strange, who lurks off in the sidelines. It's at this sad moment the Bullpen Bulletin takes a break, and you can read the Bullpen Bulletin right here if you want to, as we announce the sad death of Saul Brodsky. Back in 1984, we put a nice drawing of Saul Brodsky in our comic book so that we can remember Saul, and you can pause it and read the Saul Effect. The Saul Effect. I said the Saul Effect. Oh, I guess this is a good enough time at this somber moment to do some shout-outs. To begin, let me give a special shout-out to Dave Sunstorm and his incredible brother Steven Sunstorm. You know, the good stuff guys. Pat McCormack at the Golden Rates TV right here on YouTube. Some of the finest entertainment there is. My partner in crime, Thrash Pondo Ponds. You can see me every other week with Thrash Pondo Ponds on his channel and Sarah, my vlogs channel, as we save the world. Be sure to check out Brainbender's Banners. Our girl Chrissy, I'm on there every Saturday night. You can be sure to check out the King of Comedy, the only comedian with business cards, our friend Corey over at Corey's Comedy Channel. And the other good stuff, guys, let me be sure to give a special mention to BK on the air, Big Guys 45s, my flock Sarah. Hey, we love my flock Sarah. You can see me on the show with her on Thursday nights on her channel. The Nostalgic Pod Blast. We love Chance, Retro Nerd Girl, AAP Homestead, AAP for Life, my man, the Unapologetic Geek. Be sure to check out Eric's book, Paradox. E. McGill, the Unapologetic Geek, and the Life and Sad Endings channel with a special shout out to Gypsy Road Eric, who's back with Supernatural Crossroads, a new channel. You got to check it out! Now back to our WWE action as Beast and Horseface go one-on-one. Do not go one-on-one with the Beast because he's an X-Man. He's unstoppable. He can bounce. He can pounce. And now he's gonna squeal like a big dummy, boy! He's gonna ride the horse! That's right. Beast is riding the horse in this unnatural, weird deliverance position that kind of makes me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. Wow, that's a good place for a commercial because that was looking a little unnatural back there. You know what I'm saying? And then you get commercials for Marvel Supermart, places you could find the latest editions of your favorite comic books and convention information for the fans. We always want to make sure we put them in the comic books back in 1984. So, literally, after riding Horseface like a horse. See, I told you he had a horse face. Beast threatens to send a guy to the glue factory, and he finally spills the beans about where to find Dazzler. How he knew, I do not know. But anyway, with that, Beast jumps out the window and begins a long pounce across town, riding on rooftops. Little Blue Riding Hood like T.J. Hooker in a TV series right there, as he heads off to find Dazzler. Arriving at the Addams family house, or the house on the hill behind the Base Motel, I'm not sure which, Beast busts the door down. That's a horrible looking house. That place actually looks scary. I bet right over here somewhere in the drawing there's a hotel that says Bates on that mother. Don't you? Beast busts down the door and finds the Wicked Witch of the West and a retarded child. What? Or a convict child. He finds a child dressed in stripes and a witch with a broom. I don't get it. This is beyond weird. There's nobody here but young women. And the girl on the floor looks familiar, but he can't quite put his finger on it. He snags her up and drags her off to the bedroom. I wonder what Beast has in mind as he throws her on the bed. All of a sudden, there's a flash of light. Beast must have known something I didn't, because I was suspecting things might go a little different way because I've got a sick mind. I really do. Anyway, he throws her on the bed in a powerful flash of light, and oh my God, she turns into Dazzler. And he runs over and hugs the queen of his dreams. He finally gets to put his sick blue hands on her. I want to smack Beast now because this just look Weinstein, California wrong. Oh, thank God. I think it's over till next time. What a sick, horrible way to end a comic book. That made me want to cry in pain. This comic book makes me want to cry in pain, and you can subscribe to this torture right here in the back of it. You know, of all the comic books I've reviewed in my whole life, this one I really hate above all others. No, it's on the top 5 pieces of shit list, that's for sure. It's the Endless Quest books, a big commercial in the back of this piece of garbage. And on the back, Beyond the Pond, a Frogger video game, I guess, where you get squished trying to run across the road. Oh, that's exciting. Good for kids. I guess that teaches you to watch out for cars, right? And that's my ungodly look at Beauty and the Beast, the X-Men first book in a 4-book series. Some deep, dark sadist in me, the one that likes to do self-punishment, actually wants to take a look at the second book in this series and the third book in this series and finish it off with the 4th book in this series. Mentally, I don't think I can handle no more Beauty and the Beast right now. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should waste any more of my life with Beauty and the Beast, the X-Men comics. Let me know if you ever heard of this horrible, horrible comic book series. One of the worst I think I've ever flipped through. Let me know what you think of them destroying Beauty and the Beast with this piece of garbage. It's kind of horrible, right? And let me know if you want to see the next part. Should I carry on? But next week I'm doing something totally different, so I promise it probably will be worse than this. Till next time, Denny Staten here on the Daily Damn Blog with Beauty and the Beast. Oh, God. Blog over, dudes.